You never listen to me. Does your husband not listen to you? And like you're talking and talking, and he can hear the slightest ding from his cell phone. But then when you're talking to him, you get the feeling he's like not even listening. Stay tuned. We have the Worst Wife Ever game show today. This is going to be awesome. Don't move. This is Leah Richeimer for the Ladies Talk Show. I just have something really ridiculous to tell you, which is last night I said to my husband, guess what? We're doing this really great show tomorrow. It's called, what is it called? You Never Listen to Me. Did you hear me? Did you hear me? Do you ever listen to me? It was like, we're like, hello. That's a real true thing. That wasn't like a made up thing. You can't make this stuff up. Okay. We have the ladies. Can you bring everybody on? So we're going to introduce everybody. This is the Worst Wife Ever game show. Worst Wife Ever. We're competing for this trophy. Okay. Let's introduce the players. Is everybody on? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Wait, you guys are all muted and I want you to introduce yourself. Okay. And then we're going to start going right in very fast, very deep. Okay. Go ahead, Rachel
Drummond.
Okay, fantastic.
Taylor Loeb.
Julie Mann.
Siggy Rabbit.
Yay! Welcome, ladies. Sarit, aren't you going to welcome them? Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. Sarit, you didn't get a pom-pom. I feel so terrible. I should have brought you.
No one sees me.
I know, but you still need a pom-pom because they're just really fun. And you can have this like you're the last person picked on the basketball team and the cheerleaders are all over there making fun of you. And now you got the pom-poms. You win. Okay, so here's the story. Here's what we're going to do. This is how this game works. This is the Worst Wife Ever game show. And here, I'm going to read the rules so I don't forget them. Okay, I ask a certain scenario that happens that you guys all have to respond to. Then whoever shakes their shaker first gets to go first. Then everybody else gets to give their answer of what would the worst wife do with the scenario that I'm giving them. Are you guys getting nervous? I hope so, because this is a stiff competition. Here we go, okay? So after they finish after the first person goes, everybody else gets a turn. Whoever has the worst wife ever answer by the judges. We've got 3 judges. We've got Rachel, we've got Alana, we've got, of course, Sarit. So whoever, then there's the tiebreaker. Whoever has the worst wife ever answer wins the round. If there's a tie, the person who shook their shaker first wins. And Alana, you have to keep track of everyone who wins or loses that round. So one time we did it at the end, we're like, who got it? Yeah, everybody had to remember and recreate it. So write it down. Okay, fine. She's the writer downer of.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Rachel tried to cheat and said she got the most anyways on that.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so fun. Okay, so here we're going to go right into the first scenario. Everyone understands the rules. Any questions on the rules? No? Okay, we're good. Okay, so here's the first scenario. Get your pom-poms ready. Or are they shakers, pom-poms? What do they call them? I think East Coast is anyway, does it really matter? Okay, here we go. Ready? First scenario. You prepared a lot for the weekend. You're cooking on Wednesday, Thursday for Shabbos, for the weekend meals. And no matter how many times you tell your husband not to eat the food on the top shelf, he helps himself, including last week, you made this beautiful cake with frosting for a kid's birthday, and you come to serve it, and it's got a big, huge slice taken out of it. What do you do? Ladies, who's the worst wife ever? Okay, that was Julie.
Cancel the party.
Cancel it. Over. Done.
It's done.
No cake? Cancel.
No cake, no party.
No, right. Okay, Rachel, you are next.
I take the espresso grinder. Do you have an espresso maker with that little handle with the grounds in it?
Okay.
And I very carefully turn it over onto a plate so it stays shaped like it is in the thing. And then I put a little whipped cream around it and a little whipped cream on top and a very tempting little spoon there. And I leave that out on the counter.
Okay, good. Who's next? Who just waved? Okay, good. Taylor.
I am going to take the frosting and put a scarlet letter of his name pointing, saying that he's the one who did it.
And writing it in frosting.
Yes.
Billy ate this. Okay. Billy was here. Okay, fine. All right, good. Siggy?
Rachel totally took mine. I was going to make a very not tasty cake for him to eat. But instead, I'm just never going to cook again.
Ever for like the rest of history. That's it. That was it
until
done.
Until I feel respected.
Ooh, okay, respect. We're getting to respect.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Judges. Sarit, why don't you go first?
Okay, so I have to say that I'm going with Rachel because I love the concept of making something that looks really good and is totally not. But the espresso thing, I'm like, Rachel, maybe something with like, jalapenos or something spicy. Like espresso, the guy's gonna be like on a high for the rest of the day. He's gonna be like on a caffeine junkie, but I'm still going with her.
Okay, maybe with a jalapeno in the middle of the caffeine.
Yeah,
Okay,
in the middle, so it's spicy and like caffeine all together, like a real book.
Okay, Elada.
I also would have to go with Rachel's, except I would make the inside broccoli because that's my husband's least favorite food. But yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, Rachel, what's your call on it?
I am going to have to go with, I like practicality, so I'm going to have to go with Siggy. Never cook again until she feels respected. And, I think that's nice and rude.
Okay. Okay, the worst wife ever on that round. That goes to Rachel. Very good, very good. But just don't forget to mark down in your notebook to put a jalapeno in the middle of the thing. Okay, just don't forget. And broccoli, jalapeno and broccoli. Okay, fine. So let's give the answer for that one. So here's what happens. Your husband's doing this, and this has been going on for years, right? Yeah, this is like, it's not like one day he did it. If he did it one time and he ate the cake, you'd be upset and whatever. But if this has been this ongoing problem, like, okay, no, did I say that? That wasn't, you can't do that on TV. No, just like, okay, oh, boxing glove. We can do boxing glove. Okay, because everybody knows it's pretend. Okay, here's the thing. When that kind of thing happens, you sit the person down. Right? You sit your spouse, your partner, whatever, in your relationship, and you sit down and you say, listen, I'm not quite sure what to do. I know you love when I cook a lot. I know you love when, to have all great food or whatever. It's been very hard for me. It's just, you're coming from the heart. You hear what I'm saying? It's not like there's no wagging your finger. There's no yelling. You're coming from the heart and you say, it's really hard for me because when you eat that, I feel like then we show up at the table and like there's, I figured out there I need 8 pieces of chicken and there's only 7 and there's one. So somebody misses the chicken. I don't know what to do. And then now here's the trick here. Here's the secret. You're putting it in his lap. Please tell me what you think, how we can solve this. Now it's like, instead of you being on opposite sides, you're bringing him onto your team to try to figure this out and figure out how to resolve the issue. And you're putting it in his lap. And listen, ladies, the most important thing is your tone. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing this blamey and yelly and whatever, and the tone of everything, if you do that, it's going to backfire. But if you say, I don't know what to do, soften your voice. You can have a little wine in there. I don't know how to not have a wine in there with something like that. But I don't know what to do. What do you think we should do, dear? And then he'll say, well, I should be able to, I live here. I should be able to eat what I want. I'm like, okay, I hear that. But can you see it from my side point of view? If you went and you lined up all your things, for golf or whatever he's doing, if you put your books exactly how you want them. And I went and said, and switch them around, you'd feel upset. And this is something I'm doing for you. Anyway, you keep talking like that, getting him it through from your heart to his heart. And hopefully that'll make a difference. And hopefully he'll come up with an idea. Maybe he'll say, put tin foil around it so I can't even see it because it's too tempting. And I'm late at night, I'm starving. He'll let him give you the solution because then you'll get buy-in. Clear? Good. Okay.
Okay, by the way, Leah, just quickly on Instagram and on Facebook, Espresso1. So Rachel, you got it across the board, hands down.
This is all the times I had practical jokes played on me at the restaurants I worked at.
It paid off.
So you have the practice. And also on Facebook, somebody said the only wine should be red wine, or and on Instagram they said Merlot. There's no wine, just wine.
Just wine. Okay, we're with you. Very excellent. Thank you for the comments. Keep them coming. By the way, people who are watching, you guys can right now send into Sarit, type in either email Ladies Talk Show, info at Ladies Talk Show, or type in on Torah anytime, type in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching, type in a question and we'll handle that scenario right now on the show now. So you can do that live. So if you have a particular issue and you want what their answers are and what my answers are, send it in. Okay, let's go to number 2. Guys, ready? Get your shakers in hand. Ready? Here we go. You complain to your husband how stressed you are preparing for his sister's wedding, making travel arrangements, getting the kids' clothes, all this stuff. That night when he gets home, he gets totally annoyed at you because dinner's not ready. When you just told him, you spent like, hello, okay, wait a second, I have to show this, right? Right? Hello, listen. Okay, we need to listen. This is, see, you flip it over. Listen, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so your husband doesn't listen to you. He comes home and he says, I can't believe dinner's not ready. You know how hard I'm working. I'm like, you just spent half an hour complaining to him. Ladies, go. Okay, Taylor.
I just grin and bear it. And then when I make the travel plans, I put him in the room with the children and I get me my own.
Okay, next. Very good. Who's next? Okay, Rachel.
I say, oh, I thought your sister was going to make it as payback for all my stress. Let me get her on the phone. And then I put him on with a bridezilla.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. Siggy.
I make the travel plans. I put myself in first class and he's back in economy with the kids for every single flight that we have scheduled.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay, Julie.
Siggy she kind of stole mine. So I'm definitely in first class, but he's in the middle seat by the toilet, by the bathroom.
Okay.
Both ways.
Both ways. Okay, fine. Very good. Okay, Rachel, you're up. Rachel, you're up. Judge.
I'm muting myself. Okay. Again, I'm into practicality. I like Rachel's, she's a very rough lady. I like the way she just gets her sister on the phone and she's got to make dinner and she just gets down to brass tacks. I like that.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, go ahead, Ilana.
I would have to go with stuck in economy with the kids.
Who was that?
I think that was Siggy, maybe?
Siggy. That was Siggy. Okay, fine.
You see, you know what, by the way, Ilana, you ruined it because I was going to go with Ziggy. I really was. I thought that was a great one. But then Julie really upped the notch when she put her husband in the middle. Like, Ziggy just had him in economy. She stuck him in a middle seat. I mean, come on. So I'm going with Julie.
Okay. That assumes that you're trusting the husband to stay in the middle seat.
Well, he's got the kids with him. He's got nowhere to go.
He's stuck there. Okay, so wait a sec. We have a 3-way tie. So who was the first one to shake in that? Who won? But Taylor, yours didn't win.
So it was Taylor.
Also, by the way,
it was Taylor, then Rachel, then me, then Julie.
Can someone figure this math out?
So Taylor, it was the first one, so it doesn't count anyways because it's not one of our tiebreakers. But now we turn it to Instagram and Facebook. And on Facebook, we have, drum roll please, 2 for Siggy.
2 for Siggy. Wow. Okay, so that. Yep. Okay, Siggy wins.
That's it.
Siggy, worst wife ever. You won that round. Okay, good. Here goes number.
Julie, by the way, yours took the notch, but truth is, you really kind of banked off of Ziggy, so I guess it makes sense that she gets 10 with
Yeah. Okay. You got to work it out in your own head. Okay, so fine. So here's the thing. For this one, this is kind of tough because it's totally lack of him getting where you're at and who what's going on with you. Like, you had complained to him during the day and he forgot about it 4 hours later, 6 hours later, when he walks in the door about dinner. So for that kind of thing, I would, this is the good wife thing to do. First of all, if you yell at him and clobber him or stick him in first class, not in first class, in the back, whatever, but in the middle seat, if you stick him there, obviously that's just vindictive and it's kind of a joke, and this is good. But in terms of dealing with it yourself, like steam is coming out he walks in the house and like he doesn't get it. So in the moment, all these kinds of things solved in the moment when you're mad, he's upset, he's hungry, he's whatever. Trying to solve it there we all know this from experience. You don't need me to tell you this. It was going to backfire. Okay. So we have a long Masorah to keep at the time when your steam is coming out of your mouth. Here's one thing you can know. When you absolutely stay silent when you feel like screaming and yelling, and you stay silent, the gates of heaven open up and all kinds of blessing and bracha comes into your home, surrounds you, fixes the dishwasher, it makes the drain in the, work. All of the blessings that you want in your life are all, you can gain those by just mavater. Just, what's the word? Mavater. What is it?
To give in.
Giving in, just by giving in and whatever in the moment. It's not like you have to suffer and be a dish rag and let yourself be trampled on. No. This is in the moment. You're just putting the duct tape. A guy said to me, "Oh, you can't have duct tape. Men should also wear duct tape." Thank you. But anyway, we just have the pink one, and it got all wrinkled. My duct tape got ruined. Anyway, so you put the duct tape over your mouth and stay silent, and blessing will come into your home, guaranteed every time. We have that from a 3,000-year-old track record, guaranteed. Now, after that, then when he's fed and you're calmed down and you're more in control of yourself, then you say to him, "Listen, I just want you to know yesterday or this morning, or, it depends, sometimes you might have to wait a day, but even if you do it that night, later on, say, listen, I want to talk to you about something. I don't want to make a federal case out of it." Women are always, myself included, people are always making federal cases out of things. "I don't want to make a federal case about this, but I was really upset when I told you how hard I'm working for your sister's wedding and how you came home and asked me about dinner. It's really bothering me and I'm upset about it. And so what do you think we can do different in the future?" "Well, I'll have my dinner ready on time." Okay, we get that. So if he said this, say, "Look, I hear that, but do you understand how to just share your feelings?" That'll probably be enough to resolve it. If you need to have a big, deep conversation about it and talk about what are some good plans or how, if that happens in the future and what should he do, that's also fine. Like say, if you come in and you say that and I'm upset, is it okay if I say, do you want to go out the door and come back in and try it again? Whatever, maybe that's kind of rude, but I'm just saying, have a conversation with him so that he gets how you're feeling. Clear? Questions on that? Okay. Do you have you're waiting?
No, everyone's waiting for the next one.
Okay, fine. Okay. Number 3. Ready? Everyone's got your thingies ready? Your pom-poms? Okay. Your daughter asked to go over to her friend's house, but she hadn't done her homework yet. So you obviously say no. She goes straight to your husband, and of course he lets her go. You told him 1,000 times you need to have a united front. What do you do? Okay, go ahead, Julie.
I make him do her homework.
Oh, ow. Okay,
so
fine.
that she doesn't have to turn in a blank paper, but he sent her, so someone's got to do the homework. So he's got to do it.
Okay, fine. Next, who's good? Who's next? Okay, Rachel.
I think I send him over to play. I give him the whole box of, dolls and Legos and say, go have fun with them.
There you go. Okay, good. Who else? Okay, Taylor.
I signed him up to be the person who goes on all the school field trips for the rest of the year.
Okay. Okay, Siggy, you're up.
Julie and I are so aligned today. I was going to say verbatim, same thing, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him tutor our daughter and all of her friends for the remainder of that semester. And it's really exciting because I send a note to class so that everybody knows.
Ooh, okay. Ilana, you're up. She's laughing. Okay, go, Ilana, you're up.
For me, it's kind of a tie between Taylor and Siggy. I really like.
Me too.
You can't tie. You gotta pick.
I think if you're forcing me to pick, I think I'm leaning more towards Siggy because it's probably more of a time investment. Maybe. I'm not sure how often school does field trips, but probably Siggy's is more of a time investment.
Okay, that sounds good. Sari.
Wait, Siggy was the school trips. Oh, okay. We actually, by the way, before I even comment, we have on Facebook that it's also a tie, but this time Julie and Taylor, according to Facebook, are tying.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook is writing, Julie was simple and perfect. Doesn't have to be thought out. It was do it quick and you're done. Oh, wow. I was kind of tied with Ziggy and Taylor. Field trip, tutoring, homework. I'm going with Ziggy.
With Ziggy. Okay, yeah. Field trips. Rachel, you're up.
Okay. Well, I don't understand how field trips could be a punishment. I really enjoyed that part of parenting. But the homework, forget it. If I can get out of doing homework for the rest of the eternity, that would be great. So I'm going to go with Julie.
Okay, so does anyone have any idea?
Yeah,
who
no,
won that?
Julie's the winner because she did the pom pom first. She won on Facebook, and now she won with Rachel, so she's the winner.
Very good. You won the round. Worst wife ever. Yay. Okay, let's answer this one. This one's actually pretty straightforward. He tells them, he says she could go. You say he shouldn't go. Your husband says she can go. Okay, this is, how many times has this happened? Like, right? Like everybody raised a million times. This always happens. And they play husband and wife against each other. Here's the number one rule that ends that, okay, hopefully, or has the best chance of ending it, is that when your husband says something, go with it. Whether you totally agree with it, don't, think he's crazy, he's letting them have the whole bag of marshmallows, whatever it is he's doing, you can talk to him later you can say, that was a little bit too much sugar, I think, would you be open to the idea that next time they can't eat all of the marshmallows, and and then see what he
Later,
says.
you mean like at 3 a.m. when they're still awake?
There you go. Exactly. So thank you. But the issue is that if every time he makes a judgment call about, to the kids, every time you question him and you say, oh no, and so, no, wait a minute, hold on. And you speak to your husband and say, listen, I think it's fine for them to eat all the marshmallows, or I think it's fine for them to, if you're always going against what he says and you're not a united front, why should he, it's like, he's got to listen to that. If you were saying that, we need to be a united front with the way I think things should go. Okay. Hello. Like that's not going to, get you anywhere. So you have to end up, that is the number one way to get him to sort of visualize what it even means to be a united front. Try it. It's not going to be instant that he's going to suddenly do it. You can also talk to him also. You can, first of all, be the best you can be to be a united front with him, and then also, and talk to him after about the issues and the things or whatever. But then you can also say, listen, I felt before when I told her she couldn't go and you turned around and said she could go, I feel like it's really bad for her, her, like, in other words, she doesn't know where the ground stands on, and she's playing one parent against each other. It's it develops a kid who is insecure. It's like there's no wall there, there's no ground below their feet. So I mean, you can have that conversation with them as long as you're not doing it. I know better and you're stupid. No, we don't want to go there. Okay, so fine. Okay, let's go to the next scenario. Everybody ready? Got your pom-poms ready? Okay, fine. Number 4, your husband and you both work full time. You ordered school supplies online, but several items were still needed for the first day of school. Your husband promised to get them. Of course, he walks through the door without them. So then he says later on, you're like, okay, you need to go to Staples. You need to go get the things that are missing. And he says, I'm just too tired to go. And you are stuck going to Staples at yourself after a hard day's work and a hard day of getting all the kids bathed. You are the one in Staples. Ladies, what do you do? Worst wife ever. Okay, Rachel.
Since I'm going anyway, I fill up the cart. I buy way more supplies than we actually need, and the sharpest ones, like pencils that are already sharpened and stuff like that. When I get home, I put all the kids' stuff where they need it, and then I just fill his side of the bed with all, like, a shopping cart full of school supplies. But I make sure to get in and fall asleep really fast before he gets in.
Okay, very good. Who's next? Julie.
Yeah, so I'm out. I call my friends and I have them meet me at Target after I go to Staples. And then we shop until we close out Target. And then afterwards we go get coffee.
And whose bill does the
Oh, this is all on his credit card.
Yes, okay.
But also he's stuck doing bedtime and everything. And I never call and check in.
Okay, Siggy.
I do the thing, but what I do when I come home is I hide all of his tools and everything that all his man toys. And then when he asks me about them the next day, I say, well, I guess you have to go to Home Depot and rebuy everything.
Okay, fine. Taylor, you're up.
Oh, Julie stole mine, but mine was Bloomingdale's. But I was just going to take a quick stop after Staples, and Staples closes just a half an hour before Bloomingdale's, and just, hit every floor, and I know he wanted that new watch, but I needed that dress just a little bit more, and the shoes that match, and, signed up for a facial because why not?
There you go. Okay, fine. Judges, who's first? Sarit, why don't you go first?
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, Taylor, you came in there like at the end, sweeping in, going off of Julie's, and you really bumped it up. I mean, the facial is very exciting, but I still am going with Julie only because I love Tarjay. I could be in Tarjay all night and I can close out the store. So I'm totally going with Tarjay, and then coffee afterwards and him putting the kids to bed. It's a done deal.
Okay, fine. Okay. Alana.
I have to say that really all of you really brought it for this one. It's a really tough decision for me. But I have to go, I think, also with Julie on this one. Target is my happy place. And
it's Tarjay. It's Tarjay.
Don't you think they should sponsor us?
Tarjay needs to sponsor us.
They need to sponsor us. Hello. Okay, good. Rachel, what's your answer? Thanks, Alana.
Well, I was going with Rachel because the punishment fit the crime. You're going to find way more supplies, and she has it all planned out. She's going to put them all on his bed. She's even going to go to sleep before he comes. And it's very to the point and evil.
And worst wife ever. Okay, who won?
And Facebook has come in saying Julie.
Okay, worst wife ever. That's great. Okay. Let's go on. Oh, for that one. Okay. You are just going to. Okay. So for that one, your husband, when he said, no, he won't go, he said he would go, he made a promise that he would go. And then he broke his promise and said, I'm too tired. You go. It's not okay. So at that point is, that's when you burst into tears. Okay. I didn't say that. But in other words, you have to reach to his heart and just say, I try. Listen, if you're the kind of person who keeps your promises to him, like you say, you're going to, I'll pay that bill. Yep. By the time you get home, it'll be done, and you didn't do it. Or I'll mail that thing, or I'll return this thing, whatever. If you're all the time making promises and not keeping them, then it's kind of a little bit hard to demand him to keep promises to you. So bump up your game on your promises, ladies. That's a natural thing. Keeping your promises builds closeness, just so you know. But with kids, with any relationship you're on, we have a lot of sources, the 3,000-year-old track record of history, that the more you are able to keep your word, to keep your promises, the closer everybody is around you. They feel like you're a rock. So if you are working on that, at least if you're not that way, and you're working on it, that's okay. You know what I mean? You don't have to be perfect overnight. But if you're working on doing that and doing what you say you're going to do, if you're working on that, you're heading in the right direction, and that growth will carry you through. And also, you'll get closeness just because you're working on it. You don't have to be perfect, and none of us is perfect. No one can keep all of their promises. So that's the first thing, is working on keeping your own promises. That will help in him keeping his promises to you. But let's say you're one of these people and you're pretty darn good. You really, we all judge ourselves better in this area than we probably are, but let's say you're pretty darn good on it. Okay. Then you can say, listen, I try and be dependable for you, and I try and keep my promises to you as much as I can. I know I'm not perfect, and we live together, so there's a lot of promises to make and a lot of broken promises, but I'm trying to decrease the percentages. But this really feels hurtful to me. It feels unfair to me. So what I'd like to do is to have you, if there's any way, I know you're tired, I'm also tired, but if there's any way you could just go get the stuff at Staples, because otherwise I think I'm going to resent that you didn't do it. I'm going to feel badly. Or let's do it together, or let's make a date night. We'll, get a neighbor to come watch the kids or whatever, or something, and we'll go together, something like that. But the point I'm making is that up your promise game. Don't be too demanding of keeping the promise. Maybe there's something, if he's been like this great husband for the last 2 months, maybe just let it slide and just say, okay, he's too tired. He made a promise. He broke it. Forget about it, and let water off a duck's back. But if it's a pile of stuff that he keeps not doing, and he also didn't do this and that and the other thing, it might be time to talk to bring it up and up your game about it, both as a couple. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay, any questions, comments, points? Questions from Facebook, Instagram, Tora, anytime. We're good. Okay, number 5.
Nope.
You're a light sleeper. You go to bed before your husband. He walks in, he flicks on the light, he goes on his phone, there's all kind of beeping noises, he's setting his alarm. It's almost like he doesn't even notice. He doesn't even know that you're there. He acts completely oblivious that he's waking you up. You've complained until you're blue in the face, and it's no good. Ladies, what do you do? Okay, Julie.
I say nothing, but I plan one night that week to set my alarm for 3 a.m. And when the alarm goes off, I have it on silent. I start screaming at the top of my lungs, and then I turn the light on and off a whole lot of times, kind of like a black light, and terrify him. And then say, see, how does it make you feel?
Okay, got it. Whoa. All righty, good. Okay. Was that you, Siggy, who was next? I looked down for a second. Okay, go ahead, Siggy.
I play dead. So when he wakes up in the morning, it's mommy's not here. Good luck on your own, pal. And then he just thinks, when he put all that noise in the middle of the night, he didn't wake me because I was no longer with us.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello. Do not try this at home. You did not hear this first on the Ladies Talk Show. Do not try this at home. Okay, good. Who's next? Oh, don't do it, Julie. You're creeping me out. Okay. Who was next? Was that you, Taylor? Okay, Taylor, go ahead.
Well, he had asked for Hanukkah that he wanted these really, really expensive headphones that block out all the noise so he could watch all of his sports. And I get them for me instead and just listen to white noise all night. Okay,
there you go. Fantastic. Okay, Rachel, you're up.
I'm still laughing from Siggy. I don't know how to top that other than I think I got a lawyer up. I think I got to bring a lawsuit for lost hours of sleep, which is kind of like lost wages in mom world. And, and then I'll add on for like pain and suffering.
Okay. Ooh, a lawsuit. Okay, fine. Okay, Rachel, you're up first.
Okay. Okay. I happen to like, I like Julie's, but I just have to say that's your own punishment, waking up at 3 a.m., but I'm still going to go with it because it's so revengeful that I just have to go with it.
Okay, Julie, that's great. Sarit, let's go.
Wow. Okay. Firstly, I want Ziggy to please tell me how she does that, because my husband would just put all the kids on top of me. And how long can you play dead? I mean, come on. So if she has a trick, please let me know, because it doesn't work. But I'm gonna have to go with Taylor. I like Taylor's. I'm going with her.
What was Taylor's again? What was it again?
This is her round.
The headphones.
Oh, yeah. Okay, good.
Because I like that she's just using what he needs and she's putting it on her and she's blocking everything out. So whatever noise he makes, she's not going to hear it anyway. So it works.
Okay, that's great. Okay, Alana.
This is hilarious, Sari, because I think we've chosen the same thing on every single one. But I also really like Taylor's. First of all, I want one of those headsets.
Me too.
But the fact that he wants it and he asked for it, that just gives a nice, sweet little.
Yay. Okay, Taylor, you are the worst wife ever for that round. Yay. Okay, so ladies, this is a logistics thing. Many things can be solved with $5. Okay, there are a lot of problems in life. Don't let yourself get. Oh, look at that. Hey, hello. It likes me. So there are a lot of things in life that are very difficult to solve. Many things can be solved with $5, $10 of a solution. And, it's like a husband comes home and every day he takes his coat and he throws it on the floor. And the wife's like, I can't believe it. I just cleaned the whole foyer and you just messed it up in the living room and whatever. And you threw it on the couch and whatever. And every day for 20 years, they're fighting about because he's like, well, it's my house and I just walked through the door and I should be able to put my coat wherever I want it, whatever. This problem can be solved with a $1.50 hook by the door that he puts up. Now, maybe it's not ideal. Maybe the wife wants him to go into the closet down the hall, put it on a hanger, put it in that. That hasn't happened. She's been nagging him to do that for 50 years. For $1.50, she can buy a hook. He'll put it by the door. If it bothers her that much that it's in the hallway, she can move it herself later or whatever, or he can move it later after he's eaten dinner, something. A lot of problems can be solved with money, and this is one of them. It's very thoughtless of him to not, to be so cavalier and do the alarm, whatever. Buy yourself some earplugs, $5, some earplugs, or a head, or one of these Beats things, or whatever, Bose, whatever. Let's get fancy, whatever. But you can, but those are hard to sleep with because you can't lie on your side and whatever if you're side sleep. But anyway, that problem can be solved. It also can be that you can say, listen, you go buy, I know a couple actually. He had a water bottle by his bed, and for health reasons, he needed to drink water a few times during the night. So he'd pick up the water bottle and it wrinkled. So you know how sometimes when it's the water bottle,
because it starts making noise as you get.
It would wake her up at 2 a.m, and she'd be up for 4 hours because of the wrinkly bottle. So she bought him a heavy duty jug thing that didn't wrinkle. But then he unscrewed the top and put it in clunk on the nightstand, right? So he kept waking up. So you know what she did? She got a little wood thing that goes like this. It's L-shaped. It sits a water bottle. She put it outside the door. So when he went to the bathroom, on his way back from the bathroom, he has a water bottle sitting there. Before he opens the bedroom door back into the bedroom, he takes a sip there. The thing, I think that was $8, so it wasn't $5. And I know I'm saying, it was an $8 little shelf outside the bedroom. So these solutions, these are the kinds of things. Use your creativity. You're awesomely creative. Rather than getting angry, get angry oriented, get solution oriented. Try and brainstorm crazy things that God, I'm telling you right now, we have from our sources that Chazal say that whatever you do for shalom will be paid for by God himself. So if you had to buy a gold laminate, solid gold thing outside that was $10,000 to hold his water bottle, God would pay for it. Now, I don't know, 10,000. He might think, boy, she's wasteful, but whatever. But I'm just saying those kinds of things, anything that you do for shalom, for peace in the home, that money is paid for by God himself. So go to it, ladies. Okay, ready for the next one, guys? Okay. Oh, do you have a question from Facebook?
No, but I was going to say that, Ziggy, you should just know Facebook and Instagram both gave it to you.
Oh, wait. So how do we do that? Oh, no, I guess the judges.
No, we're still getting. She's got the win. The win is staying on Taylor, but just so you know, they came in, a little bit in the, the aftermath.
Okay, all right.
My ego, thank you.
There you go. That's worth a lot. Okay, next one. Your husband makes you tea at night, regardless of how many times you've told him that you like peppermint tea. He makes you whichever tea he decides to have at the moment because he wants to share a tea bag and dunk it in both places and save the money. So every day he brings you, he likes to surprise you with the flavor of his choice. And it's like you get drinking tea, cinnamon tea, when you wanted peppermint because that's your favorite. Ladies, what do you do? Okay, Rachel, worst wife ever. Let's hear the answer for worst wife ever.
I think I'm heading over with Taylor to Bloomingdale's, and I'm going to buy myself a beautiful new blouse, and he needs some shirts too, so I'll get him a matching one because they're on sale 2 for 1. We can be twins.
He wanted twins. Now you got twins. Who was next? I didn't see. Did someone see who was next? Who was it? Siggy or Taylor? Who was next?
I think it was me, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
Who said me? I can't.
Go, Siggy. Just go.
I will. It's similar, but I'm gonna, for his morning, he loves his morning black coffee, but I'm gonna make us matching spiced pumpkin lattes that are my absolute favorite for fall, and that will be his caffeine for the day as well.
And does he like that?
Do I care?
Do I care? Okay, we got the answer. Okay, fine. Taylor.
Well, he really loves this certain type of beer, and he only likes that type of beer, and he really hates Michelob. So as a lobe here, but I think that from now on, just suddenly the store only has Michelob. for the next all they have over and over again. It's just Michelob. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah.
That's what you liked. I thought that's what you loved.
Okay, Julie, you're up.
I'm going to go twinsies too. I'm going to don facial hair. I'm going to put on like a beard and a mustache and maybe some payas, because we're going to match all the time, everywhere. And we'll walk about the neighborhood like that. We'll go for an evening stroll with our tees, our matching tees. It's going to be great.
There you go. Okay, fantastic. Okay, Alana, you're up first.
Okay, I have to say I love Julie's. I do also feel like Siggy's is great because he might actually make the connection between the coffee being what I like instead of what he likes versus the tea. Like that actually has half a chance of maybe even working. But in terms of really worst wife ever, I think I would have to give it to Julie.
Julie, okay, fantastic. Okay, good. Rachel.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Rachel, because when all else fails, shop. Maybe you'll get his attention. Like, why not?
There you go. Okay, Sarit.
So I just want to say, by the way, Facebook did give this one to Rachel. They said, so funny with this one, Rachel. So she has 2 on that. But I'm actually going with Taylor because I really like the beer thing. My husband's also a very big beer drinker, and they're very particular about what type of beer they drink. It's not something you could switch around. But I would up it a little bit. I would actually empty out the other beer that he likes. I'd empty the bottle and I'd put in the Michelob inside. So I actually hand him his beer that he thinks is his beer, but is really the other beer.
Ouch. Do you think he'd even know? Would you know? I remember my kids did a science experiment.
Oh, no. You know.
And we made pink ice cream that was chocolate, and we made brown ice cream that was mint, and we made vanilla ice cream. You know what I mean? It was orange flavored, and people called it vanilla, and it wasn't. Correct. It was orange, and then people called it strawberry. It was. So I think he might know.
Let me tell you, Leah, since I hate beer, you know when a beer is not the beer it's supposed to be.
Oh,
it is not something that you.
Okay, so all right. So fine. So does anyone have any clue who won? Because
I think it's Rachel, because Rachel got also on Facebook and she got from Rachel, so she's the only one that has 2.
Yay, Rachel! Worst wife ever. Okay, fine. Okay, let me solve this one. Okay. Yeah. So this is tough because part of it is that he wants to use a tea bag twice, right? Which means that, it's a financial thing that he's thinking he's trying to save money. But also what happens when you use a tea bag on 2 different people is one person gets nice hot tea and the second person
gets hot water.
Tasteless.
Yeah, tasteless tea.
It doesn't taste, and the temperatures are different for when you serve it. So splitting the first order of business would be to explain to him that splitting the bag means that you can't. The quality isn't the same and the temperature isn't the same. Maybe this is too picky and who cares, right? But I'm just saying, he has some kind of rationale that's working with him. So the first thing would be to if you think that's appropriate, if you think it's just going to make him mad and cause worse problems, skip that. But I'm just saying that could be a place you could find out. And he'd say, yeah, well, I want to save money. And so you could just say, look, use the tea bag once, put it in a Ziploc bag, stick it in the refrigerator, and use it the second night if you want to save money. Okay. And if he does that, that's his business. But say, I just only like peppermint tea. I know you're doing it because you want to take care of me. It takes care of me more, when you hand me the cinnamon tea or the rooibos tea or the whatever it is that flavor you've had for the moment, it makes me feel, you're doing it as a gesture of caring for me. And it's taken as a gesture of he doesn't really get me. And he doesn't really, where's my listening thing? He doesn't listen to me, you're not listening. So if you say that, again, meanly, not going to help. But if you say it from your heart to his heart, hopefully he'll get it. Okay, let's go to the next one. Ready? Everybody ready? Okay. Got your pom-poms? Okay. Your husband changes his clothes to work out every single day. The hamper always seems to be stuffed full. He complains when his drawer is empty, but he never compliments when his drawer is full. You're the one who's in charge of the laundry. Let's say he works more hours. Well, even if you work the same amount of hours these days, the wife is still doing the laundry. Let's not even go there. This is the facts. This is what you've got to deal with. He always complains about laundry being empty, and you're doing a lot of laundry. He never compliments you when it's full. Ladies, you're on. Okay, go ahead, Julie.
Well, it's a very easy solution. I just empty the laundry into the drawer and then the drawer is full again.
Okay, that's very easy solution. Yes, okay, fine. Okay, who's next? Rachel.
At the risk of losing all the votes, I will say my husband does all the laundry. Just like a vote for the husbands in this one.
Wow, Rachel!
I know, I scored.
Okay. You got to train us up. Okay.
But in my imagination, in a world where I do the laundry, I guess I would just stop doing it. But the emptying it into his drawer is brilliant. But yeah, just stopping doing it altogether until he has to do it. So then hopefully he appreciates it. And I would also like compliment him so much once he does wash it.
Wow, that's good. That seems like a good wife, not a worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was actually the best wife ever.
That was the best way. You can have a go again if you want, Rachel, because yours was too nice. Okay, go ahead, Siggy.
Rachel, my husband also does the laundry, so I feel like we won.
Wow.
I will also be emptying into his drawer, but I'm going to put our little new son's clothes into there. And when he's rushing to go to work in the morning, he can figure out which onesie he would like to wear.
Wow, a dirty onesie, dirty or clean onesie?
Yeah. It can be clean.
It can be clean. Okay, fine. Okay, Taylor.
At the end of every day, I just take the hamper by the door and I just put it in the back seat of his car so that when he drives to work, he can smell his workout. No, unless he wants to change the smell on his car.
Okay, whoa, okay. Rachel, you want to go again for a mean one?
I mean, it's not fair, but I would go again. If I went again, I would say I would have to go shopping again and buy all new clothes to fill the drawer, but a size too small.
Okay.
Yeah. Rachel just likes to go shopping. That's the bottom line. And you know what? When all said and done, that is the worst wife ever, because if we go and spend our husband's money, that's pretty bad. So
that's pretty bad. Okay, so you're up first.
So yeah, I'm actually going to, I was going to say, well, Julie really was, taking the cake because everyone was bouncing off of hers. Everyone after that kept saying, I'm going with that.
Bouncing off of that.
Yeah, so really Julie gets the original credit. However, Taylor, wow, you came in there. Driving to work, wondering why there's this putrid smell in the car. And it's the laundry basket as his backseat passenger without him knowing. I love it.
Okay, so Taylor won that one?
Taylor,
okay, vote for Taylor. Okay, fine. Okay, Rachel, go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you, Siggy, for making me laugh out loud. I love that. I was going to vote for Julie, but then it was Siggy's turn. And I love that he opens up his drawer and finds onesies and baby clothes. So,
okay, Siggy. Okay, Alana, go ahead.
I'm going to give it to Julie as the original drawer dumper.
Wow, so now there's one for each, Taylor, Siggy, and Julie. But I will tell you what we're getting on Facebook. Facebook started out giving Taylor and Siggy a tie, okay? But then they came in with the onesies.
The onesies, Siggy. Wow. Okay, the onesies took it away. All right, very good. Okay, so in that situation is got to buy more underclothes. Like literally, this is one of those things, spend $20 and buy him sets of whatever, as many as he can, so that you aren't a slave to the laundry machine. And everyone says, oh, it's not a waste of money, because if you have 10 t-shirts, right, they each get washed 10 times, and let's say last a year or 5 years, whatever, I don't know, I'm not doing the math. So, but if you have 20 and you're washing them, they last 2 years or twice as long. So it's not a waste of money. It's more money upfront cost, but then over the course of whatever, he won't end up having. So that's the solution for that. It's a logistic solution, but also you also need to solicit. You need to tell him, listen, when I fill your drawer, if you put a little Post-it note inside the drawer saying, don't forget to thank wife for doing the laundry. Thank you. Put a Post-it there. And after he'll do it for 3 weeks, right? Then he won't even see that note anymore. So then you stick a little buzzer in there. So every time he opens the drawer, there's a bell, and the bell reminds him. Or easier, you just say, I did the laundry today. Are you happy about that? And they'll say, oh, yeah. And people say, oh, Leah, are you kidding me? I'm not going to solicit him for compliments. Ladies, if you don't solicit him for compliments, you're going to get this many. If you solicit him, you'll get a lot more less effective ones because he didn't think of himself, but he'll still fill your appreciation bucket, guaranteed. Okay.
Leah, you said put a buzzer inside the drawer, and I promise I thought that you were telling us that we should electrocute him. Like every time he opens it, it like.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
Leah, yesterday I got a haircut, and I was so hot making dinner, and I was just waiting for the compliment on my haircut. And he had been working since like 5 a.m. He hadn't looked at anybody. And at one point I walked up to him and I was like, I'm going to put my hair up in this bun and it's going to look like it always does, that I just want you to know I got a haircut. And he was like, oh, you did? Oh, nice. And then I felt fine. I got my compliment. I didn't care that I had to ask for it.
Good for you. Ladies, take note. That's how it's done. That's how a woman who is like God has a big sense of humor. Why is it that he put us we're a bottomless pit of needing compliments and appreciation, right? And he married us to guys who have no clue how to fill it to the extent we need, or the extent or the amount we need. So they can't give good compliment. Well, maybe you're different. Maybe the mother raised your husband in a different way. Maybe your husband's more cluey, but 99% of guys and women, we're not appreciation beings. So this is
all laundry and no compliments, which is fine.
What'd you say? Oh, he does.
Yeah, that's right. Her husband does laundry. So hello, it's a trade-off. It's a great trade-off.
That's a great trade-off. I would make that trade-off. Okay, we got time for one more. Okay, which one? Okay, I guess after party, you ask your husband to put away the big serving dishes on the super high shelf. After a week of reminding him to put them away, you do it yourself and sprain your ankle, reaching up and putting it, whatever. And he goes, oh, I'll do it. Never did it. Because he doesn't listen to you. He's not listening to you. So, okay, ladies, what do you do? Last round. Taylor.
Oh, I take it and I come back in crutches and just sit down in the chair for the next week and say, oh, I just like, it's amazing how hard that fall was. And I'm so glad you're going to be able to help me all week and handle everything.
There you go. Okay, who's next? Very good. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Rachel.
Well, I think I just have to adopt it into all my passive aggressive asking for anything in the future. So for the rest of our lives, it'll be like, oh, can you pass me the remote over there unless you want me to sprain my ankle?
There you go. You use that as your okay, fine, good. These girls are laughing. Okay, good. Okay, Julie.
Well, I'm presumably on a crutch or two crutches, and I'm going to use my crutch to do all the activities. So getting the tea kettle, reaching for the remote, I'm just going to make it like an extension of my person for as long as it needs.
All right, there we go. Siggy, you're up.
I'm just going to hire someone to come in using his credit card, of course, to build a lower set of shelves. And he's going to, not like how it looks. And I'm going to say, well, then you need to be getting it because I can't reach those higher ones.
There you go. Okay, Ilana, you're up, first judge. Let's hear if this is our final round.
You ladies are not making this easy, I gotta tell you. I think also I'm gonna have to go with Siggy on this one because she's spending money, and the only annoying thing might be some of the construction might be annoying for me, but
you'll live with
it. Definitely make a point.
All right, there you go. Okay, you heard it here first. Rachel, go ahead.
Okay, all of you were tremendous. I really enjoyed all of you.
Great. Perfect
answers. I think this would have been a nice time to play dead, Siggy. Taylor was cute. Rachel was cute also. They're pretty similar, but I'm going to go with Rachel because I love the way she rubbed it in. You're going to ask for anything, unless you want me to sprain my ankle again for the rest of your life, you can always just bring it up. So I like the way she rubs it in really hard.
Okay, good. Fantastic. Worst wife ever, Sarit.
Wow, yeah. So guys, I mean, ladies, this round, forget it. I don't know. Each one was like just getting better. And I was into all of them. I'm actually going to try some of them for certain different times. So thanks for the tips, guys. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. You see, Taylor was great with her, like sitting there with her crutches, and she can't do anything, and now he has to do everything. That's great. But then Rachel did up it. So I'm going to have to go with Rachel also.
Wow. So that Rachel wins that round.
Yeah, Rachel wins. But I will tell you that on Facebook, Julie, you got a hands down on Facebook. So even though you didn't get from the judges here, you got one on Facebook. Hands down, Julie for sure.
Wow. Okay, that Rachel gets this round, the worst wife ever. And Ilana, that was our final round. Let's see, who is the worst wife ever for today? Who won?
Okay, so we're tallying them up here. Rachel has 3, Siggy has 2, Julie has 2, and Taylor has 1. So Rachel is the winner.
Woo! Rachel! Worst wife ever.
My husband will be so proud.
There you go. Worst wife ever. Rachel, that was fantastic. Let me just answer that. Oh, I should have answered that before. Okay. So this is the one of you
with the crutches, the high shelf.
Yeah, the high shelf. So on these kinds of things, if you can, ladies, try and solve these kinds of logistic things yourself if you can, just because it's kind of like you got to pick your battles. Like, is that really what you want to have the conflict between the two of you be, is for him to reach something on the top shelf? Buy yourself an expensive ladder if you have to, or get a neighbor or a handyman or something. Or don't put them up there. Find a place in the garage, under your bed, somewhere else, so that you don't have those kinds of things. And it's just annoying. He's got things he wants you to do that he's annoyed at. You've got things in him. It's like needless conflict. I get it. If that's the only place that you can put those dishes, and he's the only way to do it is to get him to do it, then maybe tell him, listen, I'm going to be frustrated. I don't want to spend the whole week being annoyed that it's not done. Is it easier for you if I do it with you? If we do it Sunday morning before we go on a walk, if we do it, Saturday night, try and arrange it so that he gets it, how annoying it is to you, and make that communication, and then hopefully he'll understand that. But again, many of these things can be dealt with by having, by getting your logistically working them out, so you don't have to. It's a setup for failure having it the way it is. Okay, that was it. You guys were fantastic. Say your names again for us. Rachel
Drummond.
Taylor Lube.
Julie Mann.
Siggy Rabbit.
You guys were awesome. The best worst wives ever. And Rachel won for today. Thank you guys so much. This is Leah Richeimer for the Ladies Talk Show, and we will see you next time. Here's the thing, ladies. If you don't subscribe, you may miss out, and you're going to miss some great content. So you need to either like us or follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, on Torah Anytime, on YouTube, or go right to our website, www.ladiestalkshow.com, and fill in a subscription button, and then you'll get every week an update on exactly what's happening. And if you do that, oh, by the way, if you subscribe on our website, you also get 10 tips to have a great relationship. Don't miss it. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot.